to FBZ, it seems. Laning, KP. Of course, he is going to be in that offlane as the Bat Rider. Going to be up against Fervian on that Troll. Imagine the Troll isn't going to have too difficult of a time, though. Like, real advantages of having that Troll Warlord is the fact that you can just go into that range form and farm rather safely. Of course, we'll have the support of Kescute as well.
Could still be a bit dangerous. Like, it's still a Bat Rider you could be potentially laning against. And if you cop too many of those napalm stacks, you will melt quite fast. So that is still something I feel like Fervian will have to watch out for. But you are right in the sense that as long as he manages to get his last hits from safe range, he's not under any major threat, really.
That DK heading towards that mid lane. Boogie will take the Winter Wyvern for himself, and of course we do see Ajit on that Jug. Okay. Scout out Makoto with that sticky napalm, but definitely doesn't want to get into an engagement this early on.
30 seconds to
Not up against an Ursa anyway. So, keeping track of where these heroes are. Like Boom ID, we'll chase them out of that boundary rune spot. Bot lane. Boom ID being rather aggressive, trying to get 3 bounty runes early on, and it looks like they may just be successful in doing so. BZ, the Stomp, and they will end up with 3 bounty runes on the side of Boom ID. So a nice little start for them. That tiny little advantage get us started game.
Yeah, and again, that usually helps out the mid the most. Makoto going to want as much gold as he can get. It's not going to be the hardest lane up against DK, but it's also not going to be a walk in the park. Of course, DK will have some amount of sustain as the game goes on. And the spam of that Breed Fire is going to be obnoxious, especially since Makoto is a right-click sort of core. So he doesn't really clear out that fast without his spells.
Ajit actually getting chased down and copying a lot of damage, though. Top lane, Fervian, 5 napalm stacks on him, as well as Kescute. This could be a double kill coming out right here, right now. Fervian, he will go down, and now Kescute trying to get the trade, but he's given his own life away here to KP. He tries to Fairy Fire up. In fact, maybe he's baited him in. KP has gone way too far, and he does go down. Kescute, he even tricked me, John. That was a very nice play from the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, just really well-timed use of that wand, good use of the Fairy Fire, and the best part about that was that, you know, KP died when Fervian was around, so he gets a nice amount of EXP for himself, hits level 2. It's gonna be a bit harder to pull that off now.
Going to be much more wary though of that potential. You don't want to allow too many napalm stacks on top of yourself, otherwise you can get dived very easily. Bot lane going rather smoothly for both sides right now. So FBZ pulling slightly ahead in terms of last hits, kind of to be expected from the Brewmaster. Ajit try and keep up for the moment until that Brewmaster leaves the lane later on. See mid lane as well, John. Makoto is trying to be rather aggressive with those Fury swipes, but Moonn, understanding the matchup, he may take 1 or 2 of them, but he does walk away and manage to stay within that safety of his tier 1 tower every single time.
Yeah, that's really all you can do here. It's not going to be too heavy for us on either side. It's pretty much a trade of farm. But I guess the sustain for Moonn being much more obnoxious than Makoto's own farming patterns. So eventually I feel like Makoto might have to invest in regen, whereas Moonn can just naturally regen just fine. Especially once he has the Soul Ring at some point, he's just going to be spamming that Breed Fire forever.
Bot lane, KP, falling quite low. Kescute deciding he wants Raging Potato instead, and actually a nice salve cancellation from Kescute. KP using it and now puts himself in trouble once again, though Fervian doesn't have the slow available, and will have to back off. In fact, 7 sticky napalm charges once again. 8 on Fervian, but they can't really follow up. KP, I feel like if that salve had gone all the way through, he would have made the chase, but once it was cancelled off, probably doesn't feel very confident to make the chase onto that Troll Warlord.
Yeah, I think that's a really good save coming out from KezCute, just buying Fervian some more space there. And that's a lot of resources expended on KP. He doesn't have too much mana left in him. He has a few stick charges, but, you know, there's only so much harass he can continuously pump out at this point now.
Could be a rotation here. Raging goes straight onto Mikono mid lane, and a nice kick back, but no real other way to hold him down. Looks like they will at least force out the TP towards the T1 tower. Not too big of a deal for Mikoto, but it does give Moonn a bit of extra breathing space. Keep farming up those last hits.
Mikoto?
Going again. One more right click may do the job from Raging. Can he find it? Not quite. Mikoto will outrun him with those brown boots. Courier comes in as well, and he will be able to salve up. Should be perfectly fine, and now there is a rotation. Jokam going to try and go after Raging Potato, and Raging has extended a bit too far. Going to be giving a kill away to Mikoto on that Ursa.
Fairly decent start so far for Boom. 1-3 right now. Slight 1k net worth lead going the way of Boom. Good amount of kills. A great counter rotations coming out from these guys as well. A bit too excited from Mineski, I guess. Overextending just a touch too much. Underestimating just how much an Ursa can really do and just how fast they run, really.
Denied.
5-minute bounty runes. It looks like a 2-for-2 trade on those runes. So again, nothing too special going on right now. Moonn may get ganked up here in the mid lane, but he's tanky DK. The chances are he's probably not going to die. Kodo does have a level 3 Fury Swipes available now. It's a matter of whether they can hold him down long enough. And actually Moonn getting a bit aggressive. I don't know about that. Jokam will come in, and now, in fact, Raging was there. They're trying to get Mikoto before he can get the DK. Moonn salves up. He does find the final right click, and in fact, Ninja Boogie has joined in as well. They'll go after Jokam, and this is going to be a very, very simple pick-off. Mineski outplaying Boom ID in the mid lane. I thought it was going to be bad for Moonn, but did have the support coming in from Raging and Ninja Boogie.
Yeah, that was really messy from Boom ID. A bit too, you know, it's their turn to overextend a bit there, and they overcommit to that kill. I feel like they definitely need to step up their vision a bit. They do have Mikoto plant a couple of wards, which should help the cause, but that was a very costly overextension coming out from Boom ID.
And with that, you see the level 6 now on the DK, and he's already started using it and trying to harass the tower, although now Moonn overextends, gets shackled up, does get the stun off, and that may just save his life against Mikoto. Mikoto going to continue the chase, but the Dragon Knight does run very quickly while in that dragon form. Walk away in time. Does manage to get off a decent amount of chip damage on that tier 1 mid tower as well. And I suppose that's one of the things with the Dragon Knight. As soon as you hit level 6, John, it's just so easy to just chip away at that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's really a key timing for the DK. Just having a good reach into your 6, just pushing wave out and suddenly doing 200, 400 damage in the tower is pretty much what you want, and you do want to do that every single time you have that dragon form off cooldown. Just get as much farm as you can if you're not going to teamfight, and get a little chip damage done in the tower.
FBZ avoiding death very close indeed. He was going for a TP and he does make it out, and in fact we do see KP going down to the top lane, but he does look like he denied himself to that tier 2 tower. Jokam meanwhile will go down mid lane as well. Raging Potato and Ninja Boogie were on top of that. We'll find the pick off, and that'll make it an even 4-4 this game. 7.5 minutes in. Things are looking pretty decent for both ways. I mean, everyone's pretty much just farming and doing it pretty comfortably. Like, nobody's really struggling this game.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like either side is going too active. I think the only lane where they've really focused the rotations on has been that mid lane between the DK and the Ursa. Beyond that, it's really just securing the farm, maybe trading a couple of blows between the cores, but nothing too wild so far. Every single side seems to be fairly tied up in terms of creep score right now. You know, Troll's at 56, Jug's at 50 to 13. It's fairly tied up, fairly even. Net worth lead is less than 1k for Wave Boom. We have an even kill board as well, 4-4 at 8 minutes and a half. So both sides are actually playing pretty conservatively, I feel.
Raging. Mid lane will get caught out. The Hex is there, and there's the shackles from Jokam, and Makoto will claim himself the second kill of the game for the Ursa. Nice easy pick off and a nice rotation from the supports of Boom ID. They go for even more now, but I don't think they have enough damage by themselves, do they?
I honestly don't think so. It's a bit of a tall order to expect them to be able to pump out that damage. Neither of these heroes really do that well.
So Makoto, he did get rolled on by the Earth Spirit, but he did have the supports behind him, so Moonn thinks better of it and just backs off to safety. Gets back to farming on that DK. Meanwhile, Arjit doing a pretty darn good job down to that safe lane to make sure he catches up in net worth as well. Though mid lane looks like that's where the action's going to remain. Raging Potato is there on the Earth Spirit. Jokam understanding someone's there. And he will find him once again. The Hex is immediate, and now the shackles as well. Kescute has the magic missile, and Makoto will clean him up. In fact, Jokam claims that kill for himself. Now Ninja Boogie will be there with Moonn to try and find a little bit of a trade, and it should be a fairly easy one to get for Moonn as well. So KB actually getting caught out. He will throw out the lasso, but he gets shackled while that was happening. He will lose his own life, and they will get the bounty rune off the side of Mineski.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough time for Mineski, just losing the runes like that, along with losing a pretty massive kill on the side of Boom ID. Just, you know, giving up KP like this does slow down his item timings, and Batrider does want to be online fast, right? He wants to have, in this case, his Atos up on time, then he wants that blank, maybe a drums at some point, or a Yules or a Force Staff. He has a lot of mid-game items to work on, and if he doesn't find it from having a good time in lane, he's definitely going to have to stack up the jungle and farm safely later on, which means you're going to be forced into a bit of a 4v5 for a while.
Pervian can be the target of a gank attempt. Raging will connect the stun perfectly. Now Ninja Boogie comes in with the Splinter Blast. Pervian does have the Battle Trance available and will commit it straight away. Now here comes Jokam to try and help him out. KP falling low, and he will end up going down. That Battle Trance saving the day for Pervian. FBZ will also join in and tries to get closer, but let it go for the moment. I think they'll just be happy with getting the kill on KP and keeping Pervian alive. In fact, they will decide they'll take an early Roshan if they can.
Yeah, I think they most definitely can. Does look like Mineski is aware, but I don't think they can stop it in time. All they have is Ninja Boogie in the area.
He's not even level 6 yet. FBZ's found him as well. Roshan, Raging, if he rolls in right now, he may make it, but he's not going to be quick enough. Jokam, meanwhile, trying to outrun Raging Potato. There was a primal split coming out of FBZ, and he did actually cyclone up Arjit. Arjit, again, getting tornadoed up as well. Well, Makoto sticking around that mid lane by himself, but KP did not go for the lasso attempt. Perhaps assuming that Makoto had backup behind him. Boom ID, they get away with a hell of a lot in that span of a minute.
Yeah, that's a bit too much to get away with. The no contest on that Roche. Free Aegis coming out, although they might lose Makoto.
Yeah, he kind of just ran in and lost the Aegis. Now there will be a Hex. Perhaps this is what they wanted. They do hold in Arjit, but he gets away with the spin. And now Raging Potato make sure nobody can find another disable, though Makoto thinking about going back in. They want to protect this tier 1 mid tower, and they will find the roll onto the Shadow Shaman. Jokam so close to going down, but gets another Hex off. That Magnetize should tick him out now. Meanwhile, Makoto trying to go after Moonn. Moonn still focusing on the tier 1 tower. Omni-Slash being committed as well. Makoto falling very low. Arjit, where's the final right click? There it is. They leave KSQ to survive, but they get the T1 and they get two very nice pickoffs in the mid lane.
I mean, that's the one of the quicker turnovers of the ages we've seen outside of the pit, and really unfortunate as well. I was almost like a free meal for Boom ID, taking that Roche for free, having that Aegis available, and just some questionable positioning from Mikoto costs them that huge advantage. So down to a 1k advantage now for Boom ID, 13 minutes in, no Aegis, and just kind of slow down a bit for Boom.
Fervian still remains at the top of the net worth board though for the side of Boom ID. Arjit getting rather close, but he's still about 600 gold behind in terms of net worth.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, we're seeing that sort of farmy game where both teams just requiring to get those core items before they can really do much on these carries. Arjit looks like he will actually go into a Diffusal Blade next up after the Yasha. You see the Troll Warlord as well. Did pick up the early V-Lads and actually go into the Sanjin Yasha itself. So, bad itemization. Looks like they are setting themselves up to fight during that mid game quite a bit. So Moonn gets caught out on the DK bot lane. Can he get himself out of this one? He's got no help coming in and he's pretty much a sitting duck in those Serpent Wards. Nice setup there from Jokam. Meanwhile, FBZ top lane's finding himself in a bit of trouble, but he has the Brewmaster split. Arjit will be able to get out with the spin TP, although I can't say the same for Ninja Boogie, who is going to get cut off by Mikoto. Should eventually just end up falling, although Winter's Curse will come out and he goes for the TP play. Here's Q. Thought he ran down more south. Couldn't get the stun off in time. Meanwhile, bot lane, more fights going on. Jokam going for the shackles to protect his Troll Warlord. He will give his own life away, however. And apparently top lane there's more action, John. KSQ now going to get caught out. Moonn will find him with the stun and they will claim the boundary wins for themselves.
Yeah, just some very strange trades going on here, Mike. Just deciding to give one hero to each team. Here, you take this guy, I'll take this guy, yada yada yada. It's just rather odd, but I guess this is kind of logical, you know? You're just trying to find lane farm, you're sacrificing your sports to each other. You're really not forcing out these big team fights just yet. And so the farm game just escalates more and more for both sides. As you mentioned, looks like both teams want to slow this game down by quite a fair bit, opting to instead wait for core items to pop out on their on their core heroes first.
They're trying to fight very early here on the side of Mineski, though Arjit may end up losing his life. Doesn't have the spin available, gets the Cyclone off, and now the Hex as well from Jokam. Moonn trying to help, but Omni Slash will also be committed for this. Goes for the spin, can TP away, and they will find him regardless. Now they also found Raging Potato. He is also just a sitting duck in those shackles from Jokam. Mikoto claiming himself a double kill and gonna claim a tier 1 top tower for themselves on the side of Boom ID.
Yeah, that's a nice little engagement coming out from Boom, finally letting some of that tension go. Getting a nice set of kills, very big kill and turning out Ajit.
Irvin gonna be alright. FBZ doesn't have the split available. They can go for the easy kill onto the Shaman and Jokam. Meanwhile, Lasso will also be there from KP to try and get FBZ, so they will be able to punish, and they find 2 kills of their own. Nice, unexpected Winter's Curse coming out from Ninja Boogie.
Yeah, and once again, we're watching a couple of hero trades again. One time, Boom ID takes 2 kills. Next thing you know, Mineski takes 2 kills of their own on a core and a support as well. It's just kind of strange how much these guys are trading, but it is kind of sensible. You know, you have Fervian, who's just basically trying to free farm right now. You kind of have the same situation in Mineski, except, you know, we're seeing a lot more activity from Ajit, whether or not he wants to, because he's being jumped by Boom ID a lot. So it's really just both sides trying to find farm and forcing the other side to not farm. I think that's the balancing act here.
Mineski are going to continue the aggression, although a quick Hex coming out from Jokam. Now KP trying to take care of Jokam in the backlines. Raging will be able to get away for the moment. Jokam is down. They will get Raging in a trade, and they will also find Ninja Boogie. Can they find Arjit? Arjit is being chased down by Fervian. In fact, he gets ensnared in place, and Arjit is gone. A double for Fervian. Moonn, meanwhile, trying to find Kescute, but he is way too slow thanks to FBZ, and he's also been ensnared by Fervian. Can he find another one? Yes, he can. Moonn's life will also be lost in the process, and that's 3 heroes going down for the sake of a Shadow Shaman. They still have that top tier 1 tower sitting there as well. Certainly not what Mineski wanted.
Nah, definitely so, Mike. Just not the ideal trade here, if you would even consider that a fair trade at all. And I feel like Boom ID should definitely be happy with that. Just losing again your Shadow Shaman, who's pretty much a position 5, almost reaching that pos 6, although he does have a couple of items on him. Just, it's gonna be a while until Jokam gets any sort of farm this year, but I think in this game he's fine with that. It's not as pertinent for him to be the guy who jumps in first. The Blink Dagger would most certainly help, but everything else after that is pretty much a luxury.
Raging. Gonna find Jokam. Jokam does have help in FBZ, though. Raging Potato hoping to find a very quick kill onto Jokam. May cost him his life, though the Splinter Blast will get the job done. And it looks like they could not find the trade on the Earth Spirit. Nice little play coming out from Raging Potato.
Definitely so. Again, I don't think Boom ID is too upset with always losing Jokam like this. It is just a Shadow Shaman. I'm certain Mineski does want bigger targets. The only one that keeps showing themselves from Boom ID is Jokam, though. So they have to take what they can get. At the same time, while all of that happens, of course, they do buy enough space for Moonn to keep farming up. He's going to have that Radiance up at a fairly decent time. Not the most impressive time for Radiance, but it's not too bad considering how the lane went.
They're going to smoke up immediately as he's going towards the secret shop. Does pick it up, and they want to go for that surprise reveal, but it looks like Boom also want to go for a team fight. Kescute going to be the first target. Mineski trying to burst him down, but he's all right for the moment. Now Winter's Curse. It is pretty darn nice from Ninja Boogie, although Makoto going in the backlines trying to burst him down. The Omni as well going through FBZ, but he gets a primal split off, and they're going straight in for Moonn. They will find him. Arjit, he's still in the middle of all this, trying to make a run for it, but it looks like he is just going to die. And Boom ID somehow get on top of this team fight. Now they're chasing KP as well as Ninja Boogie. They'll find Ninja. Now KP, a sitting duck in those shackles as well. A very, very easy pick off surely, although no, the lasso will be there. He will get help from Raging Potato, and they will find a nice kill onto FBZ. Perhaps even the Ursa if they're lucky. He is ticking down. The Spirit Vessel does get put on him. Raging Potato still running around causing havoc. He does not end up finding the Ursa. He barely makes it out in time before ticking out to that Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, and again, it's a pretty messy team fight coming out from Mineski there. Just oddly scattered, but Boom ID does have, you know, they come in well. They get the targets they want, and a little bit extra. And now they manage to go ahead and take that tier 1 down mid, opening up the map for themselves just a bit more.
KP playing with fire a bit. Kind of intrigued to see as well, KP going for that very early boost of travel. Does finally get that Rod of Atos now on the Batrider. Looks like the secondary option, or the third option now, is going to be the Blink with Batrider, but does show you how aggressive they wanted to be earlier on. And obviously they were being aggressive, but all these team fights continue to go the way of the Dire. They are going to go smoke again. I suppose with the DK, it is a matter of they've just got to try and maintain map control for Mineski so that Arjit can farm up safely on that jug. Only problem with that strategy, John, is Arjit has been involved in all the team fights.
Yeah, they've had Arjit be a bit more active than I would have expected him to be. Still not quite the most farmed jug I've seen. Tapering behind the Ursa by about 700 gold, behind the Troll by about 3,700. Not the best figures for the jug. Then again, he's also going for a very fighty build, which does slow down your farm, but just a Diffusal Yasha right now. He did have a SNY queued up, so I believe the Sanj is coming out in the courier now. And that does indicate to me that he does want to fight, so I feel like, you know, if they're going to take these fights, just they're going to have to keep that momentum going, because you want to maximize these early game pickups.
Boom ID did pick up a smoke of their own as well. They may go for a smoke attempt very, very soon. Sitting there. AP hiding in the tree line right now. Does avoid death for the moment though. KSQ thinking about going for a bit of a search on KP. Chooses not to throw out anything to really scout him out. Makoto as well. He does have that full basher up now, John. So that lockdown issue that Makoto had suddenly isn't as big of a problem.
Yeah, he's going to be able to keep people in place for quite a fair bit. Just the way, same way that Fervian probably would. So they do have a lot going for them now to hold people down at the very least. I feel like the BKB is going to be a much bigger deal for Makoto, as it does stop him from being kited around as much.
Dire are scanning.
Boom, they do go for that smoke I was talking about as well. But the Roshan is up, and it looks like Mineski is only interested in that for the moment. ID are looping their way around, trying to find somebody that they can pick off, but so far no good. That Kescube may... Raging. Rolled straight into them. Magic Missile is there, but they weren't expecting that roll to come in, and now it looks like it's Mineski's way. Swap was there immediately from Kescube. Lasso not being used yet as well, so he can lasso anyone at this point, and a double kill coming out for the side of Mineski. In fact, they may just go for more. KP was trying to find somebody with that Batrider, but nobody else was around, and yeah, I think Boom just got surprised that Raging Potato rolled down the hill.
Yeah, I was expecting a swap into Raging Potato, but didn't quite happen. They do find the counter kill on the support. That might make it so that Boom ID can contest that rush, and it looks like Mineski does pull out in the end.
Because especially important in these Roche fights, and Roshan still pretty healthy anyway, so no real reason to keep going if you're going to risk dying. Of course, Moonn does have a Heaven's Halberd now, so a great counter towards that Ursa.
Radiant are scanning.
Certainly going to make this Roche fight a lot harder for the side of Boom. Now going to get started again, but it's such a slow process with that Roshan right now. That's kind of because it's only Moonn attacking the Roshan while the rest are chasing other heroes. They are going to run into Kescute and FBZ. KP, can he find it? No, the Primal Split was there in time. He still doesn't have that blink on the Batrider, and it is costing him just a bit, John. In fact, it's going to cost him his life at this point. Without that jump, you know, without that ability to just initiate with the Bat, FBZ was always going to be safe. Now they'll go take the Roshan themselves with Makoto's Ursa.
Yeah, it's a much faster process for Boom ID to take this rush as well. You have the Ursa, you have the Troll. It's just going to melt fast, and I don't think the contest is going to be coming out from Mineski.
Well, they thought about it, and they are going to come in, but the Aegis has already been taken. Moonn, I'm not sure about this one. He is trapped in place. A nice Winter's Curse will come out, but Ursa is still perfectly fine. And meanwhile, the backline's Joe Cam. He's in trouble. He will end up falling, though they are still chasing Moonn with that Radiance. He seems to be tanky enough to just outrun them, and now they'll turn around. Fervian's the one in trouble. He'll BKB and Battle Trance up. Is it going to be enough? It's not really that much damage, but now Moonn has been trapped up. Again, he does appear to be a bit too tanky, and they're going to wait for that BKB to run out potentially. In fact, it does run out now. They kick FBZ back. FBZ going to start match fighting Moonn, who didn't want that. They will get the Aegis, but Makoto takes down the DK, and FBZ falling very, very low. Should end up dying, but not quite the case. Spirit Vessel may tick him out. In fact, no, not quite yet, and he will eventually. Ninja Boogie will get taken down as well from Makoto. They have a Shackle on the Earth Spirit as well, so Fervian is now godlike on that Troll Warlord. And Arjit didn't get bashed by Makoto, luckily, but did lose half his HP. John, they took a Roche fight straight after they got the Roshan.
Yeah, that was strange. Most of the time, you'd see most teams call to pull back when that Roche falls and you're still on your way there, but Mineski seemed to... I don't know, maybe it's a bit of miscommunication. It does cost them quite a fair bit.
Makoto going after the kill onto KP.
Damn.
We'll find it. Arjit trying to take down Fervian. Battle Trance not going to be available. Doesn't have the Aegis either. He BKBs, and I mean, the BKB didn't help, but he got lucky, and Arjit bounced the other way.
Yeah, strange decisions overall from both teams so far. They do manage to stop the push, they save it racks, but I don't think Mineski will be able to find anything from there. Boom ID very happy with that trade though. They still have the Aegis up. No, they expended the Aegis earlier on, but they managed to get a lot from that Roche. They managed to take that tier 3, open up those racks, so the next time Roshan is up, it's going to be securing their high ground push. Fervian on a massive streak, massive amount of net worth on this guy now, 17.6k. Working towards some of his bigger items. I think the MKB is going to be coming out, and then a Satanic, which will make it very hard to kill him off. He's just going to be able to stand there and mind fight no matter what. I think if you're Mineski right now, you start to worry a bit about how everything's going. I think you really need that initiation on KP. He's just about 300 gold away from his blink. That is going to be crucial in Mineski's initiation plan, because right now it's messy. They don't really have a great way of starting these fights. They could start with Ninja Bogey, with a Blink Winter's Curse, but that is, it's actually a bit tricky to get a nice Winter's Curse going.
Smoke rotation now, coming out from Boom ID. They are running the right way, but it does appear Mineski do actually scan somebody out. Funnily enough, that wasn't an illusion they scanned out, but it was more than enough for them to understand something was wrong. Back off in time. Smoke will not be successful on the side of the Dire. Allow a bit more time for RG to get that farm up. In fact, he has gone for the Maelstrom build into the Mjolnir now. So understanding he needs to value that attack speed a bit more, it seems. And I mean, that did help out Moonn last game, so I can't blame him for going down that route.
Yeah, it does kind of make sense here in this game. Would want that up and running. And yeah, it's just a safe play to make, so just holding on for that. Right now it does look like Boom ID is trying to apply pressure where they can. I do like these D-ward runs they've been holding, just making sure that nowhere is safe for Mineski to come out and farm. Just having that constant threat of rotation, it's just really strong. I am surprised that they don't have vision wards though. I'm not sure if that's on cooldown. They were D-warded earlier on, but some vision would be useful as well, because the map is certainly very dark right now for both sides. Not too many wards up just yet.
You see again, Mineski sitting back. They may move forward with KP now. Lasso is available when he has that Blink Dagger up, but they decided better of it. Meanwhile, bot lane, Makoto gonna go for a jump straight onto Moonn. On that DK, he has help from Raging, but the BKB gonna protect him, and now Jokam with the shackles. They may actually find him, and they do. Makoto, a very nice and important play for the side of Boom ID. Raging Potato, there was just nothing he could do to help out.
Yeah, it's really hard when you lose your DK like that solo. It's not the best of signs here for Mineski. I feel like they definitely are playing a bit scattered. Boom ID is definitely on the aggressive here, just really invading the map as 5 and moving as 5 for the most part. Not giving Mineski an opening, at the same time exploiting the fact that Mineski's still comfy with farming separately. I think that's perhaps playing into Boom ID's strength right now, that they can get these pickoffs really fast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fervian will go ahead and take a bot tier 2 tower for his team. That will make it so all outer towers are down for the side of Mineski. Meanwhile, top lane, Lasso being committed. I'm going to go for the TP play and will make it. That does mean, however, Lasso will be down for about 50 seconds, and Boom ID, I do wonder whether they'll try to make a play within that 50 seconds. It isn't a very long amount of time.
It definitely isn't. I feel like we should be seeing Boom try to siege that high ground soon. I feel like they definitely are quite set for that, unless they're waiting for, I don't know, a couple more items come out. Maybe the Blink Dagger on FBZ. I'm not sure if that's really a huge priority right now, because otherwise you have the farm you want to see over on Mikoto, you have the farm you want to see over on Jokam. So you have all the tools available. Perhaps you're waiting for an easier objective like the Roche. We do have Kescute camping the area. It's about 1 minute off, so just a bit early there for Boom ID.
Dire are
Jet
scanning.
has smoked up with the rest of his team. Try and find a pickoff attempt, and it's not going to be easy because Boom ID, again, sticking with each other throughout this match. FBZ moving forward. He, of course, does have the BKB Primal Split available, so more than happy to take the front lines for the team. Kodo gonna scout out a bit with that Shadow Blade he has, and Mineski, they've kind of gone all the way around the side of Boom ID, who have run straight into the Radiant jungle. That now the Observer Ward should give vision. Arjit is, of course, farming creeps. Looks like the side of Boom ID are going to be the ones aggressing. Mikoto run forward, does get avoided, and now Joe Cam, he does not get the Hex off in time. Still chasing Raging. Looks like everyone on the side of Mineski will manage to escape rather easily.
Yeah, that's again a bit of a dancing around here for both teams. We're just waiting on, you know, one moment of weakness so far, but you know, both teams otherwise are, again, content to go back into farm and just getting what they can off the map. I feel like Boom ID is definitely sticking together a bit more in that case whenever they travel around the map, although it looks like Mineski is starting to clump up now due to the losses they did take while farming alone.
I mean, they are 12k net worth behind, and like, they're trying their best to reduce that as much as they can, and Boom are trying their best to be as aggressive as they can. Roshan, 30 seconds for respawn. You see Fairvian trying to scout that out, but not quite up yet. It's like Arjit did get the full Mjolnir up, and he's going to go straight into that MKB. Of course, the Radiance burn coming out from the Brewmaster will be very frustrating for the Juggernaut. Moonn doesn't really have much item progression on this DK right now. He's been fairly stagnant after that Blink Dagger. He's trying to go for that BKB next. Looks like it is going to take him a fair bit of time, however.
That is one issue with the DK. I feel if you're not managing to play in front, if you're not managing to really start shoving in lanes with your Dragon form, you really aren't farming too fast for the most part. It's not the worst farm. At the same time, you're definitely not a hero that most people think of as a flash farmer.
Hot lane, Arjit will get a T1 tower. It looks like Boom want to try and aggress on this, and they do. Mikoto will go in. Nice Winter's Curse, but Mikoto actually dodges that, and now the TP attempt will not make it in time. Mikoto finding another kill, and I mean, that was a very nice dodge on the Winter's Curse, though. Barely avoided that.
Yeah, very fortunate for Mikoto, and that does secure them a very nice kill on that Juggernaut. That does open up a few opportunities for them. It looks like they might want to get a shove going, or at the very least invade that jungle over at top again. So, spotting out Moonn.
Kodo jumps in, hits a creep first, but nevertheless the Hex is there. Nice 4-stuff coming out. He will finally get the bash off, but now he's being dragged into the base. He's pretty darn deep as well, Mikoto. He needs a lot of help here, but his team looks like they're just going to abandon him. Bit of a mistake coming out.
That was that's quite a deep dive, and frankly, it's really unfortunate that his first few auto attacks hit that creep rather than targeting the hero. That is a massive mistake on his part. If he got that stun off earlier, it might have been an earlier kill, and they might have been able to pull back. But just as they lost Juggernaut a while ago, now they lose Mikoto again. Swapping here for a hero. It's not the biggest loss when you're trading kills like that. It's also not the greatest time, of course. But with that, Mineski does spot out the Roche first, and Ajit will get to work on that.
They do scan it out, however. Pervian does manage to find the Earth Spirit with the Hex, and now nice swap coming out from Kescute. Save the day for the moment, though. Moonn copying a lot of damage on that DK. Can't really afford to die right now. The lasso will be nice from KP to save the day. Winter's Curse again with the Omni Slash coming out from Arjit. They will find the big man on the Troll Warlord. Buybacks coming up from both the Ursa and the Troll, and that'll be Q to back off. Though the Roshan is still there. He's still relatively healthy, but Mineski, even though they won that team fight, they certainly don't really want to give that away. Looks like they are going to let it go, though. Boom ID going to go claim it for themselves, and Well, the net worth advantage at the very least has decreased quite a lot. Mineski has dragged that from about 13k down to 6k. They are making a lot of progress here, but Aegis now going to be going the way of Boom ID as well as the Cheese, and I believe that was the third one, so we do see a Refresher Shard coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be really good for Boom ID now. Again, they managed to secure that Roche. I think the main reason Mineski didn't want to go in was that they didn't have Winter's Curse anymore and they didn't have Omni Slash anymore. So as long as those tools are down, it's a fairly straightforward set of objectives for Boom ID.
But they've got the Refresher as well sitting on Jokam, so they can refresh the wards. A nice lasso coming out straight onto Fervin. He just pulled back as well, by the way. That's an Aegis gone. They do get Raging Potato as a trade, but they certainly do not want to lose this troll right now. He will BKB up and he will run out. Jit did not have the Omni Slash to throw out, and now Moonn will get started on FBZ. FBZ still has the Primal Split available, so he can hold out with this, and he will commit it now. They are going to try and go for a secondary Rax, and Makoto has found KP. Meanwhile, Moonn does get hexed up. Can they burst the DK down? The Cold Embrace really helping out, but Makoto did end up finding KP. There will be a buyback, and now here comes Troll trying to get the hell out of there. Nice Winter's Curse comes out. They will be able to take down Makoto, who did buy back earlier on. This could be the team fight that the side of Mineski really needed. Fervian will also end up going down. They will manage to, at the very least, get FBZ out of there. But Boom ID have two main heroes down with no buyback, and they're going to find a third in the Shadow Shaman. Jokam is also lost, although he does have buyback.
Yeah, a pretty massive mistake from Boom ID, I have to say, but very well played from Mineski holding on to their high ground like that. They lose one set of racks, but they manage to get these massive kills on the Ursa and the Troll, and that does open up a push for themselves as well. I'm not sure if they're aware that there's no buyback. They should be aware that there's no buyback in the Ursa, but I'm not sure if they are completely aware that there's no buyback. Oh yeah, no, they should be aware. So this is a prime opportunity for them to get that push going. Probably going to say goodbye to that tier 3 here for Boom ID. Their side lanes are safe though. They still have the tier 2s up, so at very least, it's only one objective that they can really take out here for Mineski.
Tier 3 will go down. They may go for tier 4s, you never know, John. There's a full minute before those two respawn. FBZ though, going to delay things quite a bit. Moonn, he's making his way there. They're going to go for tier 4s. They want to finish this game. They realize it's way too close, and there's the double Serpent Wards being dropped to try and protect those tier 4s. Now they change their mind. They're going to go for the racks instead. Although no KP, he finds the Shadow Shaman. They will be able to kill him off at the very least. No buyback available on him. Now they want the tier 4s again. FBZ trying to delay this. He has the Primal Split in just a second. Meanwhile, Kezcute is being chased down by KP. There's the Primal Split. Arjit has the Omni Slash available if he wants to throw it. Nice little swap there from Kezcute, but he has had his life taken away from him. Arjit, can he get FBZ? It's the final Brewmaster Spirit available, but it is rather tanky, and it looks like they probably should concentrate on the structures right now. FBZ, he will get back into his main form. Arjit trying to go for the racks, but he can't even get that in time. And it looks like Makoto's going to punish, although no! Winter's Curse will come out in time. Rod of Atos as well. Oh my, Fervian almost ruins the day for Boom ID, but Moonn turns back around. They're going to go for the fight. Fervian, he cannot die right now. He's being silenced up. Now the Omni as well. They take him out again. 100 seconds on the respawn board, and FBZ as well is going to go down. He can buy back, John, but he hasn't got Primal Split available. It's a 2 versus 5. The tier 4s are slowly being taken. There's the lasso from KP. He finds FBZ. He cannot afford to die. Makoto's trying his best. He gets Ninja Boogie, but there's FBZ's dieback gone. Makoto's just running away right now, trying to take some creeps with him, but it won't matter. The tier 4s are under siege. John, it looks like Boom ID, they've got to let go of Disneyland, John.
It was a good run. Very impressive set of games from Boom ID, but yeah, unfortunately, just a couple of mistakes like that. A couple of bad fights. Again, it's all it takes. I think that's really the gist of this patch so far. At least the games here.
They're going to try and hold out. Boom ID trying their best to delay this until the troll is back up. Jokam Shackles, but he is down. Moonn has no time for this. He's just hitting the Ancient with the BKB, and the game's all over.
Oh man.
Mineski, it was a tough series. Boom ID played their hearts out. They really wanted to make it, John. I believe they would. I mean, that game was going their way the whole time, but for the second time in a row, Mineski, they pull one out of the bag.
I think it's the patience that you see from a team like Mineski. They understand that you can still turn these sorts of games around. Boom ID might, I don't know, they just overextended a couple of times too much, especially in that Radiant base after they cleared out those mid-racks. It just cost them so much when they, you know, opt to try to go for those game-ending moves instead of being patient and being safe. And in the end, it cost them 33 to 33, fairly even. It was Boom ID's lead for a very long time, and in the end, Mineski just takes one slip up and turns it against him very well.
Juggernaut!